So what's up guys, Tony here, welcome back. I am doing the follow-up today to the 5 things I love about this 2018 Softail Slim. My last video was the 5 things I hate. I did have a comment on that, and a guy told me the reason the active gas is on the right is because it's the high side of the tank. Never even thought about that. Makes perfect sense. So I'm going to take that one off the list, and I'm going to add one more before we start this 5 things that I love. There's a USB port, which is great. Harley added a USB port on these so you can charge your phone or any accessory you have. The only problem is where they put it. It is under the front of the tank, which is kind of an awkward place for it to be. I wish it was, you know, maybe in the center console or somewhere on the handlebars. Would have been a lot easier to gain access to. So I do love the fact that I have it. I just hate the placement of it. Maybe they'll fix that next year, we'll see. So on to the 5 things that I love about this bike. The first thing, now guys, I haven't had this bike that long. I mean, I have probably 100 miles on it, and these things that I'm pointing out are just things that right off the bat I can tell a big difference between this and my Iron 883. So these are just things that, you know, that jump right out at me right off the bat, and they really are nice. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is suspension. The suspension on this bike is awesome. It is a very smooth riding bike, and it soaks up the bumps. I mean, just great. And it handles well in the corners. So the suspension was something that jumped out. I mean, within the first 15-20 miles of me being on this bike, I was like, gosh, this is a very smooth riding motorcycle. And then the next one that I love about it, this is pretty obvious too, is the Milwaukee 8. Just the V-twin, the 110 pounds of torque at 3,000 RPMs. Just the power on this thing really is amazing. And it is something that jumped right out at me as soon as I got on the bike, how much more powerful this bike is. So that was my second one. My third one is actually, it's a simple thing, and it was something that I really didn't know that I wanted until I had it, and that is a gas gauge. I mean, I can't tell you how convenient it is just to look down and see your fuel levels. On my Iron, I really never sweated it. You know, I kept track of miles, and I kind of knew how long I could ride before I would stop and need gas. But, you know, on some long rides, there was always that question of how much gas do I have? Should I stop? Things like that. So having a gas gauge really is, it's nice, and I love having a gas gauge. So there's 3. We're going to go to 4. The fourth is the gearing on this bike. I find myself not switching gears nearly as much as I did on the Iron, and it could be the ratios, it could just be the power that this bike has, but I find myself not shifting nearly as much as I did on the Iron. So I really love the fact that my shifting is not as much as it used to be. So there's 4. Let's move on to the last one, and the last one is just comfort. I'm amazed at how comfortable this bike is off the showroom floor. The bars are extremely comfortable. I wasn't quite sure about the bars. I'm still not sure about the aesthetics of them, but I will say the bike fits me great, and it is a very comfortable ride. Between the bars, the footboards, the riding position, it is a very, very comfortable motorcycle. And guys, like I said, these are all just 5 things that popped out at me because I've been riding the Iron for quite a while, and then jumping on this. The 5 things I hate and the 5 things I love, these are just things that just really stood out right off the bat. So like I said, I really haven't spent a lot of saddle time on this bike, and I would imagine some of these things are going to change over time, but as of right now, those are the 5 things I love about this bike. I also want to give a big thanks to all you guys that stuck around. I am still hemorrhaging subscribers here and there, but the bulk has stuck around, and I appreciate you guys sticking around and hanging out. So guys, there it is. I'm still waiting on some pipes. The Harley dealer is killing me. They told me it's just going to be a few days. I'm running up on a week here and still no pipes. So as soon as those things get in, I will do an install video and show you what I got. So we are just playing the waiting game on that. So that's all I got there. And guys, that's really all I had today. Kind of a short video, just a follow-up. That's all I got. I appreciate you guys tuning in and letting me waste your time as always. And if you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please smash that subscribe button for me. I sure would appreciate it. And like always, guys, ride safe and be careful out there. Until next time, later.